be your boy Scotty, and this is a segment of Bitch Are You Serious? And I've been meaning to do this video for a couple of days now. I actually have. And I don't normally film on the weekend. It's not really a weekend, it's a Friday, right? So this video is probably going to come out Saturday morning, and it's probably Saturday morning when you're watching it. So I just decided to come in and do this video. It's not really a what the fuck moment that's going on in my life right now, but this is kind of like a crucial time in my life, and I know that the title of the video was going to be called The Anxiety of Turning 30, because that's what this is about, the anxiety of turning 30. As you guys know, I always say it all the time, I am an Aquarius, and my birthday is February the 12th, and I will be turning 30 this coming up February. And you know, I've been having a lot of anxiety about turning 30. I don't even want to celebrate my birthday. I'm not the happiest about being 30. I feel like I'm gonna be old. I feel like I haven't done anything I wanted to do in my life. I had my whole life planned when I was 17 years old, and I have not done shit that I said I wanted to do at all. Nothing. Okay? And, you know, a lot of people have this moment in life where they don't know where they're going. They have this whole anxiety thing around the age of 30. And it's something about 30 that does something to a person. It's like a whole new chapter of your life. And you know what I'm saying? I know I don't look like I'm 29, but I really am 29 years old. You know, thank God for my youth. But I don't look like I'm 29, but I really am 29. I'm going to be 30 in February, like I said before. And here's the thing. I have not done the things that I wanted to accomplish by the time I was 30. I remember when I was in high school, and I was like, when I get out of high school, I'm going to go to the University of Southern Mississippi. That's where I wanted to go. And I'm going to major in mass communication. But the thing about it was, I didn't feel like I was good enough for USM. I didn't. So I started off at a community college. I wanted to start off small. I was coming out of high school. You know, I was getting bullied in school and shit like that. Getting picked on, being teased, being taunted. And I wasn't really good at meeting new people back then. So I wanted to start off very small. My mother supported my decision. So I went there and I started, I went to this community college, just like an hour out of my area. And I majored in mass comm and journalism. And you know what I'm saying? I liked the idea of being away from home, being away from my parents, being away from my sister. The only thing that was like totally crazy is being away from my brother. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was pretty good. But I didn't like the college, however. It was in the middle of nowhere with nothing there but a Sunflower, a Sonic, a Dollar General. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing there but that. So it was really nothing to do. There were no activities for us. We had a curfew. It was like completely whack, so I didn't like it. So I went to, the next year, I went to another community college. I transferred to another one. And when I went there, I regretted it from that moment on, because I'm like, my grades were so much better at that one. Because the thing about it was, the original plan was, when I got done with this, because I started in the spring. So when I got through with spring semester, my plans were to transfer to Jackson State University. That's where I wanted to go. But I didn't look up or research anything about credits. I didn't really know much about credits back then. And none of my credits were transferred because they were all, you know, remedial courses, you know. So I didn't get to transfer. They said I had to take college algebra or Comp 1 before I could transfer. I had not taken it yet. If I would have stayed where I was at, I would have been taking both of those classes the next semester, and then I could have went to Jackson State, but it didn't happen that way. So I wound up going to another community college, and while it was a better one, my grades began to suffer. So when I was like 19, so then, you know, I got into this little relationship with this guy, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he took my V card from me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was a very good guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, he's probably one of the few exes that I got a lot of respect for. He doesn't live in Mississippi anymore. He went on to being a lawyer, going to law school now, and he's in Chicago now. So big ups to him. I'm not saying his name, of course, but big ups to him. You know, I hadn't seen him in years. Like, the first time I saw him in a long time was like 4 years ago. I was at the club. It was like Capital City Classic, and everybody was there. And he was at the club, and we hugged each other and stuff, and I had not seen him. It was 2014, so the last time I had to see him was 2010 or 11. It was one or the other, because we were still smashing, even though we had broken up. But yeah, so you know, we had broken up. I was very distraught and hurt about that. And then 6 months later, I got involved with another guy. He was on the DL, and when I got involved with him, my whole life was about him, honey. It wasn't even about school no more. I didn't even go to class. I stopped going to class. I just say, you know, I come to school and be like, fuck it, I ain't going to class today. You know, I just sit around, chit chat, you know, do whatever and not go to class. And, you know, I fucked up, got on academic suspension, you know, because I wasn't going to class. And then, you know, after that, I did not come back. I didn't go back. That was like 2010. I didn't go back. So, another thing that I wanted to do was be out of my mom's house by the time I was 21. I was 21 in 2010, and we were moving over here in 2010. Honey, ain't gone yet. Supposed to have been gone 2 years ago. But the thing about that was, my mother got hurt. You know, she burned her hand. Remember I told y'all that story? She was cooking and there was a grease fire, and she put the fire out, and when she took the skillet outside, she tried to throw the grease off, but the grease fell back on her, and she suffered first, second, and third degree burns, and she couldn't even use her hand. So my stepdaddy was gone then, you know what I'm saying? My mother and my stepdaddy had broken up. They separated. They weren't officially divorced. They separated. So she was here, and I was the one with the steady paycheck. So I was taking care of the house. And I couldn't leave. I wasn't going to leave my mom like that. You know what I mean? She had my little brother to raise. You know, my sister was here too. But she could only do so much. So I took care of the bills with that check that I had. And, you know, I was getting paid from Google too. So that was a cushion. But, you know, for me, it wasn't enough to take care of these grown folks' bills. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, and I did all of that on my own, and I did that for a year by myself. And then, you know, she started back working, and I solely focused on traveling after I was able to keep all my money in my pocket. So I just said, you know, I'm just going to wait on moving out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to rush out. I felt like at that time, I felt like I was getting older. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be in somebody else's home up under their rules or following whatever. And at this point, I feel like I've outgrown being here because I'm older now. You know what I mean? Like, I love my mom, I love my sister, love my brother, but I feel like I need my own space away from them. And that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be out by the time I was 21. I'm 29 and I'm still here. That was disappointing. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my goals. But now it's come to the point to where if I move out, do I want to move out into a place that's in my area, or do I want to stay in Mississippi? Now I'm at that place to where I don't know if I even want to be here now. So I have to stay here and figure it out. My mother wouldn't mind me staying here. You know what I'm saying? She always say it all the time. I don't care how old the three of you get. Y'all can stay here till y'all 50 if you want to, because it's me, my sister, and my brother. I'm 29, my sister turned 28 in September, and my brother turned 18 in June. So it's the three of us. All three of us are still here. And my sister is on, my sister wants to leave the state. And, you know what I'm saying? People would be like, well, you know, if your sister leaves the state, you should leave with her. But I don't want to be in the same place as my sister. And that's not no disrespect from her, but like, say for instance, she decides to move to Jersey to, you know, this, you know, because my dad lives in Patterson, New Jersey. So what if she decides to move to Jersey, or because her two areas that she is looking at is Jersey and Texas. So if she decided to go to Jersey to live and start her life over there, I'm not going to want to go. I'd rather go to Texas because she's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like now I want to be separate from everybody else now. And that sometimes I feel like I'm being selfish, but in the same token, it's like, you know, I've dedicated my life to my family. I've always been helping my family out. I've always been there for my family. So if I want to be selfish, I have every right to be that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, what do I do now? You know what I mean? So now I'm trying to figure out, do I want to be here or not? Because, you know, Mississippi is not bad as people make it out to be. But I know that there's not a lot of opportunities for me here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I have better opportunities in Texas, or I have a better opportunity in Jersey or New York or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because in Jersey, I have my immediate family on my dad's side. I have my dad there. I got my other siblings there. I have my grandmother there. I have my aunt there. I have my youngest cousin, one of my young cousins there. And I have my best friend, who y'all saw on my Zero Fucks Giving vlog if you watched it. He's there now. He left from Mississippi and he's now in Newark now, and he's following his dreams as a dancer. So I do have several people there that could have my back while I'm there. I won't necessarily be alone. Then there's Texas. I have a friend in Texas. I have a couple of friends in Texas. But my best friend, Jamar84, he's no longer in Texas. So he's now in California. So I always felt like, you know, Texas or Jersey would be the best thing for me. I don't want to go to Georgia because I feel like everybody moves there. So I'm trying to figure that out. Do I want to be in Mississippi, or do I want to be in Jersey, or do I want to be in Texas? And it's kind of contradictory because it's kind of like I'm saying that I want to separate myself from my family, but at the same time I want to go to Jersey and I have family there. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't grow up with them, so that's probably a different stance in my opinion. I don't know, but it might be a little bit contradictory. I don't know. But when I went to Jersey, I liked it, and I felt like it was a lot more. Like, it felt like I should be there. The only thing that's the problem is my hospitality. I'm way too southern to be there, in a sense, because I'm so used to saying, oh, hey, how you doing? Hi, hey, how are you? Hey, hey. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. I'm so polite. And that's the biggest issue for me being up there, because they're so rude. But sometimes I feel like that's the best place for me. There's so many opportunities in Jersey and in New York. You know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like that's where I should be, or Texas is where I should be. But I really don't know right now. So I'm thinking about that. Then now, it's this whole love and relationship thing. Sometimes I feel like I'm not cut out for a relationship. I'm hot and cold. One minute I love you, the next minute I want to be away from you. I need my space. I'm not emotional. There was a guy that I know, and he told me, how can you be in a relationship and you're not an emotional, you're clearly detached. So how can you be with a person that's emotional and you're kind of insensitive? And I don't necessarily call it me being insensitive. I'm just not an emotional person. Like, I'm not the type of person that's gonna cry with you, or, you know, oh, everything's gonna be okay, you know, everything's gonna be fine. I'm not that type of person. And I don't do it to be offensive. It's just in my personality. Like, I'm just not an emotional person. Like, I don't tap into my emotions. I don't talk about things that I'm going through all the time. You know, it's hard for me to talk about certain things on my videos sometimes, but the way that I you know, let things out is through music. I can find a song that I relate to, or I can write my own song and put all of my feelings into it, or I write about it. It's got to be something creative for me. I have to have a creative outlet to really say what it is that I feel. If I can't vocalize it out of my mouth, I can do it creatively. That's my thing. You know what I mean? If some people don't understand it, they feel like it's weird, but I'm hot and cold. I'm not a warm and fuzzy person. I don't really like you know, hand holding that much. I don't like to give people hugs that much. I don't really like to be that affectionate, in a sense. I don't like it. it's too close. I don't like to get that close to people. I'm starting to believe that could be my problem. And then on top of that, you know, right now I just don't feel like it's in the cards for me to be in a relationship. I said I'm just gonna spend the rest of my 20s single. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm free to just do me and be myself and just do whatever it is the fuck I want to do. Like, I don't want to be tied down. And another thing about it is that I don't want to be in a relationship and then I'm tied down and I feel like it's all about the relationship. My family is not around, my friends aren't around. Like, I like to have my life to be balanced. Like, I'm not that type of guy that has to be so focused on a relationship. You know, I can have a relationship, but I also want to have my friendships. I want to be able to go out with my friends. I want to be able to spend time with my family. I don't want to be so wrapped up in a relationship where I'm all up under a person 24/7 or I'm always hanging out with them. I get annoyed by people. Like, I hate people. I love people but hate people at the same time. So it's like being in a relationship with someone and just knowing that that's all you're gonna see, that kind of scares me. Because I don't want to be under somebody all fucking day. Like, I don't want to be consumed with a person. Because after a while, you annoy me and you don't even have to do anything to annoy me. So, like, sometimes I get so fucking irritated because I'm wrapped up in you and now I'm looking for an escape. Now I don't want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Like now I need my space. I need to be distant from you. And people can't deal with that in a sense. You know, sometimes people can't handle that, because I remember when I was in a relationship a couple of years ago with the DL boy, he wanted me to be consumed with him. Like, he would like to sit on the phone and all damn day. Like, when I would get home from school, being at school all day, when I was going to the second community college that I went to, when I was at school all day, I come home and I really want to go to sleep. But when I get home at 3 o'clock, he wants to call me. He wants to sit on the phone till about 10 o'clock. And after, like, for the first couple of weeks, I allowed it. But after a while, I started getting annoyed with that. Like, I don't want to talk to you as soon as I get home. Let me go to sleep. Let me have some me time. I don't want to deal with people. Even you. I don't want to deal with people right now. He couldn't understand it. He couldn't understand it. Like, sometimes I just want to be by myself. Sometimes I just want to go out by myself. Sometimes I just want to be alone. Sometimes I just want to be left alone. Sometimes I just want to sit up with my earphones in my ear and listen to some music, read stuff, you know, research stuff, watch something on TV, watch a movie alone. I just don't want to be around people all day long. Like, after a while, I get drained by people, including the person that I'm with. So I have to turn it off and I have to get away from you for a while. And I know that's a very unconventional way of looking at a relationship, but you know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. Like, it's just too much. It's draining. And I don't know, like I always say, it takes a special kind of person to deal with a person like me. Because, like, I'm very moody. You know what I'm saying? Like, one minute I could be so in love with you, and the next minute you're getting on my nerves just by existing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love you, but I need my space. I love you, but I need my distance. I love you, but I just can't. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be a problem. Nobody wants to deal with that. And that's probably why they say that Aquarian men are fuck boys and they just good for sex. That's probably why they say we're not relationship material. Sometimes I feel like that's the truth. Because sometimes I just don't want to be bothered. Like, I want to disappear. I don't want to see nobody. Like, it be days where I will go, like if I'm off work, I'll go to the store and I just put my dark shades on and a hat so won't nobody notice me, because I don't want to be seen. I don't feel like talking. I don't want to speak to nobody today. I just want to be alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? But of course, people notice me and I have to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. Then there's friendships. Friendships. I know now at this point that there's friendships that last for a long time. There's some friendships that isn't meant to last for a long time. It took me a long time to understand that. Because, you know, I'm big on friendship. I treat my friends like they're family. And I've had to realize that if people want to walk out of your life, you got to let them go and let them do them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I can be a bit angry with people that I used to be friends with, because sometimes people will stop being your friend for no reason, you know, and you don't know why. And sometimes when it's left open-ended and you have a lack of closure with the situation, it could fuck with you. And I know that that's been the case for me. I haven't had closure with certain people that used to be in my life, and you know, the sadness that I felt because they abandoned the friendship has turned into anger. Like, now I'm angry with this person, or, well, not person, because it's not just one, it's several people. I'm angry with these people. Or, you know, folks that ask me, like, I had this conversation once before. I was talking to Live with Leah one day. Well, she don't like me to say Live with Leah. I was talking to Aaliyah one day. We were FaceTiming one day, and we were talking, and she was like, how would you feel if a friend of yours ever reached out to you, and she laughed at me when I said, there would be no possibilities, the door is closed. And she was like, no, I'm not saying to be your friend again, but to talk to you, so y'all can have a discussion, and the chapter could officially be closed. I said, girl, you know what, I'm always open to a conversation with anyone. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wronged and the person that wronged me want to talk to me, then yes, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say that we're gonna be friends after that, or we're even gonna be associates after that. But long as I get to have my closure and I can close that book altogether, I am good with that. You know what I mean? We ain't never gotta be friends. And you know, we were just talking about friendships in general, because she talked about a friend of hers. I talked about several friends of mine that did things to me or just dropped me for no reason, and blah 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 blah. You know, with me, if I'm support a friend and I've done everything under the sun for you, and you kick me to the curb for no reason, or you lie on me, or you betray me, or you sleep with my man, or you just do like some foul, fraudulent, asinine, low down, dirty shit to me, then I'll never fuck with you again. And my problem is, I'm forgiving. And the thing of it is, when I went through this phase, you know, earlier this year with depression, because I battled with depression, which is why I went to the shrink last weekend. I do battle depression. That's been a battle for most of my life. You know what I'm saying? When I went through this whole mental cleanse thing, and I'm just trying to have more positive energy about stuff, I realized that when you forgive a person, it's not for them, it's for you. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that I have forgiven, but I would never forget what they did to me. You know what I'm saying? I would never forget what they did to me. And it's just some people that I just won't never speak to again. You know what I'm saying? Ever speak to again. So, you know, there's a lot of factors when you become 30. It's like a lot of things. It's with friendships, it's family members, it's what you want to do with your life. It's about relationships. It's about a lot of stuff that I'm still cleaning up about me. You know what I'm saying? So I made a lot of mistakes in my 20s. I really did. I shed a lot of tears in my 20s. I did a lot of fucked up things in my 20s. I made a lot of fucked up decisions in my 20s. To this day, I really wish that I would have just went back to school and finished my degree. And I can do it now if I want to. Like, school will always be there for me to finish. But sometimes I feel like I don't have, it's a confidence thing. And y'all already know I suffer with that too, as a self-confidence thing. Like, I even downgrade myself doing the videos. And y'all see a lot of things that I don't see. And I appreciate y'all for pointing the shit out. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know, I have a lot of stuff that I don't see about myself. Everybody sees a lot in me that I don't see. So everybody says, you're smart, you can go ahead and you can go back to school, and you know, you can do this and you can do that. Or, Scotty, do more with your channel. Everybody tells me that. Do more with your channel. Promote it more. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself out there. You should be up there with Kendall, or whatever you say his name. Or you should be up there with Tater T. Or you should be up there with Just Hilarious, and yada yada yada. You should be up there with those people. You're just as funny, if not funnier, than some of these people. You should be up there with the Messy C's or the Funky Naivas of the world. And you know, I agree. I think my personality is big enough to do it. You know, sometimes I think it's not. Sometimes I do. But it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's like I got 3 more months until I'm 30 and I'm dreading it. To this day, I'm just dreading it. And I'm probably going to cry when I turn 30. It's just it's going to be a different time. And, you know what I'm saying? It just has me thinking a lot. It's like I'm at a crossroads. I don't know. I don't really want to know. I mean, I don't really know what road I'm going for the next 10 years. I'm just thinking about it right now. I just want to be better when I'm 40. I want to be in a better spot when I'm 40. You know, my sister got her degree. My mother got her bachelor's and a master's, and my brother is now in college, and he just came home for the holidays tonight. I'm so happy to see him. And he's gonna graduate from college. I know he is. Whenever he said his mind is something, he gonna do it. And I wish I had that same drive. I wish I had that same drive. I wish I had that same confidence in myself. I try to encourage everybody else, but I never encourage myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm really scared about turning 30. I'm really scared of that. But, you know, it's okay though. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. You know, I think this is something that everybody goes through. This is something that everybody deals with or have dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you guys, I love you guys. Y'all know I do. I really, really love you guys. I really do appreciate Team Scotty. I really do. Please leave comments, y'all. I don't want y'all. I'm telling y'all now. It's every day. It's a struggle trying not to go back and forth in comments, because sometimes I feel like people be coming for me, and people sometimes be talking like the nigga don't know what the fuck they talking about, or they just don't hear what the fuck I said, and they just say anything and put words in my mouth, and I feel like I have to correct them. I just gotta learn to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. I'm trying though. I'm really trying. But just leave comments. I would love your feedback. I would love your input on this video. And I will talk to you guys later. Next video will be Married to Medicine. Yes, I'm going to review that. And talk to y'all later.